So these pontons on either side have these air intakes right here. And this is on the passenger side. And the air intake comes into this brass little radiator like thing. It's actually the heat exchanger for the heater. And there's your water hose coming from the engine, and it goes through here. And then here's the control that I'm interested in, this valve. So I need to disconnect the wire from that, since I'm going to be replacing the wire. The first thing to do is reach in here and remove this circlip at the end of this little post here. And this coiled wire is the control cable. So this, I'll take this off, and then this should come off, and I'll be able to test the functioning of this water control valve for the heater. Careful not to lose this little sucker. There it is. Okay. Nope, it doesn't want to move. It is frozen in place, so I need to disassemble this. Hose clamps. All right, broken loose. Now, so I can slide this thing off. There we go. All right. Okay. There it is. Little miniature radiator. It's kind of cute. Actually, from the outside, it looks in good shape. But we're not going to take that radiator out. We're just going to remove that control valve and get it unstuck and rebuild. This is what we're going to be working on. We're going to be reconditioning this heater valve, which shuts on and off the water into this little radiator to heat the passenger side of the car. The driver's side has one too. We're going to be doing both, but I'm just going to be videoing this side because they would be mirror images of each other. And see, this valve is stuck. See, this would be connected to here, right here, this wire, which goes into a lever there. And back, by the way, this wire is broken on the inside, so I have a new one on order, and it fits right there on that little spindle, and this is stuck. So what we want to do is gently remove this screw. Oftentimes these screws are frozen. I don't think this one is. We'll see if we can we're going to do this in situ here, very carefully. Make sure your screwdriver fills this slot really well. Oh, look, we're so lucky. It's coming out. And there's a little washer under here. See it? And don't lose any of this stuff. And now what we're going to do is take this over on the wire wheel and clean it out. Here's my cleaned up screw and washer. Now, it's a good idea to note the orientation of all of these pieces right here. This little ear sticking out from the slot from this tube tower here, and this valve handle. Notice where its orientation is relative to this square nut that this is sitting on. And then I went ahead and drew a picture of that, but I'll have this video to refer to if I need to. So let's go ahead and just pull this off, and see, it comes right off. And there's the square nut and the handle I was talking about, the orientation. And here's this little ear sticking out of this slot right here, and note the orientation of that. So let's go ahead and clean these things up. I've also located the orientation of this square nut with two little marks here on this side, and I've painted underneath here with red where this ear comes out, because this is the location of your valve, and it's important in terms of the water flow. So I've drawn a picture, I've marked those, and I have this video to review. Also, I understand that it's important as to what's top and bottom on these. So I marked the bottom red, which would go on the top here. And so now what I'm going to do is attempt to pull this valve out. Just do it like so. Okay, here it comes. There. See if I can get it up. No, it's still in there pretty good. All right, let's just see here. Get a little bit more of a fulcrum here, more of an angle on my fulcrum. Whoa, that's tight. There it is. Okay. So we need to clean this up and replace this O-ring and clean up the inside of this too. All right, here's the heater core valve on the passenger side, and we're going to burnish the cylinder, the outside of it, and replace that O-ring, and then we'll burnish the inside of the cylinder that goes in. Here's the cleaned up valve with a new O-ring marked with the proper positioning for the valve relative to the opening. And here's the old O-ring I took out. Alright, now let's just go clean up the actual cylinder itself. I'm going to clean up the inside of this with WD-40 as a lubricant and very fine emery cloth. But look down there, you can see the heater core. It doesn't look that bad. I actually went with a trusty Dremel right here. And this is all clean. It moves really easily like it's supposed to. You can pick it up like this and just turn it around. See? That's how it's supposed to be. I've had to put a new O-ring in there. Now let's just coat the outside of this cylinder with a little petroleum jelly and kind of reassemble. And here's our reference points right here. So this is a red mark right here and a red mark here, and that red mark is in reference for the red mark on that. So let's go ahead and just put this in right here like so. Whoops, see how nicely it just slid right in. So we'll have to pull it back and get that in there correctly. Okay, you can see how this red is pointing to here. That's our reference point. Now this thing is our little stop piece, and it has an up and down to it. So what I did was I painted the down red right here. Sticking the screwdriver in here to engage the hole in this valve to push this up. Otherwise it just wants to fall down now that I have it so clean. Okay, this is the way this thing sets. Push this over here like that all the way. Yeah, put this, sit it down on there. Now if you push it, okay, get that thing on there like so, good and hard. Okay. Because of the paint here, I know this has to be like so. Okay, yep, see how it just fits on there like so. Now if I can hold it in place, I'm going to use a washer. I'm hoping the screw will pull all that in place. Get that thing sucker started. Pretty fiddly and delicate. Let's see. Okay, it started. And it's wanting to tighten. Okay. Now, You just hold this in place because it's on there. Yeah, it just pulls it all up in place here. And now from, oh boy, look how nice that functions now. Oh boy, before I wouldn't move at all. Let me give it set it down just a little bit here. Oh yeah, I can get that some more. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yes, sirree. Now this is the heater cable, but I've got a new one. Here it is, all installed with the new cable on there, and the sheath was still in good shape. I mean, you buy them separately, so I bought the actual cable itself that goes inside the sheath from Neomolar. Now this lever is in the position where the heater's turned off, and it's just letting unheated air through the radiator into the car. So I'm going to go in and move the lever, and you can see this. Move. That's on. That's off. On. Off. Now this is a little after the fact, but I've restored these levers that sit behind this plate like that, and I still have to cut this cable. It's in place here, but this is the heater one. Functions like this. See how nice they move. This right here is strictly letting in cool air and shutting off cool air. So down is off, up is on, and this right here deflects. Down is for the floor, and up is for the defroster. And all this stuff works now. I installed this wire cable here. I went ahead and greased it up really good with nice wheel bearing grease and ran it up and down inside its sheath. I did the same thing with the old cable wires that did not need to be replaced, but I did lubricate them, so now they work better. So now let's cut this wire. Step is to look in there, and you can see those little ends of the lever sticking out. See how that one's shaped? Okay, so you got 3 of them, and they just slide in there into their clips. And what you do, see how that one's shaped? You just match the end of this as to how those are shaped inside there. Okay, I'll go ahead and insert them. Okay, they're installed. Down the floor, defrost, let fresh cool air in, turn it off, heat on, heat off. Nice, huh? This side is completely done.